What's going on, guys? My name is Marcus. Welcome back to another video. Today is Monday. That means we got a bins trip ahead of us. But first, I got to ship out all of these items. I got 60 items going out. I actually got one more that I got to print a label for right here. So I got 61 going out. We're going to go ahead and get these items to the post office, guys. And I'll catch you at the bins. I got like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these Maplewood dog swimming shirts. Too bad they're not like something that's valuable, because I would take every single one of those. But I did find these Ralph Lauren corduroy pants. These have been selling okay for me, so I'm gonna pick these up too. Got this Russell Made in the USA tag. The shirt is very discolored, but this Mercantile Bank is a local bank here in St. Louis. At least I don't think it's anywhere else. So I'm gonna try to soak this in some OxyClean and keep it for the personal. So this is a first for me. Lululemon button-up shirt. Definitely gonna get that. Pretty sure that this will probably be about to get $20-25 bill. I found this hardwood classic, like Reebok Y2K era like jersey, but it is like very stained and discolored. It's way too big for me to be trying to keep if it was able to be clean. But yeah, I'm not gonna get this. I was just wanting to show you guys that. Got the Y2K Platinum Fubu. Well, probably not Y2K, probably more like 2005 era Platinum Fubu shirt. Double XL, pretty big size with the Rumble in the Jungle on there. I'll probably get this, guys. I don't know how much it's gonna go for, but some big fella out there will probably be able to wear this. I'm guessing maybe this was from the same guy. It is a Sean John shirt with a little denim pocket on there. This is only an XL. That last shirt was a double XL, but still along the same like streetwear, you know, early 2000s vibe. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. Got a bunch of these different like little vintage shirts. This is I don't know, Fonty Town Grape Festival 2000 single stitch. This is a Engine 28 Truck 15 St. Louis Fire Department single stitch, made in the USA. This one is some type of, I think it's thank you in a bunch of different languages. Yeah, thank you for giving blood, Red Cross. This one's made in the Dominican Republic, but it is also single stitch. I don't know, guys. I think I'll get this one. This St. Louis Fire Department one is pretty trashed. This one looks to be in pretty good condition though. I'll probably grab that one too and at least soak it in some OxyClean. Try to get that neck cleaned. The vintage finds keep coming. This one is a 1992 University of Mizzou homecoming shirt. Pretty cool graphic, not the greatest but not the worst. The front does have stains on it though, and there is no size tag. I don't know, guys. I'll probably check it out, see what size it is, and if worst case scenario, if it can fit me, I'll keep it for myself. But you know, probably a good $10 bill here though. And then the Made in the USA Guess jeans pants. I don't see any stains on these. Maybe that might come off though. But yeah, these are Made in the USA, 100% vintage jeans right here, guys. And then also, I don't know what this is, but it's single stitch. I can tell from the stitching. Physician's Health. That ain't nothing worth picking up. But hey, we'll definitely take these two. Okay, guys, get a load of this jacket right here. I thought it was a North Face, so I checked the tag. Look at what it says. Made exclusively for Goodwill, South Florida, Miami, Florida. So I was doing a listing the other day, some army like digital camo pants, and it said that it was made by Goodwill. So I guess Goodwill's making clothes now. What's up with that? I found this Lululemon shirt that does have a stain back here. Maybe that'll come out. I don't know, guys. Probably is in there pretty good, but I'll still grab it and see what I can do with it though. Check out the vintage Betty Boop sweatshirt on the signal tag. I don't know if it's, yeah, it's made in the USA. I don't know what size it is though. Oh, it's a size large. Check it out. I'm definitely getting that, guys. I don't know what the value of that is. So Betty Boop was like on our way out of popularity as I came into childhood, but somebody out there somewhere still digs Betty Boop enough for me to pick this up. Two more vintage tees. This one's from 1986. Single stitch, made in the USA. some type of local trading station in Missouri. I guess, you know, they're just rocking the little turkeys. We got this St. Francis Medical Center, which is a medical center in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, where I currently reside at. I guess that guy right there is St. Anthony. This is single stitch, made in the USA. I don't think these are going to go for very much money at all, guys, because there's not much appeal to them, but I will get them. Probably lot them up in just some like random vintage bulk lot. I think this shirt's pretty cool. Probably my favorite so far. 7-Up Unshootout, 1997. It is made in the USA, but it is stained like all over, guys, so it's probably not going to go for as much as I would like to. It's on a Screen Creations tag, so not like a great tag either, but it's still pretty nostalgic for me. 7-Up used to be pretty big in my childhood, along with Pepsi for some reason. I think that was my mom's jam, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this. I found another vintage shirt. This one is on a Hanes tag. It's made in the USA. Hollywood Casino in Tunica, Mississippi. Maybe some gambling addict out there or some grandma that likes to ball out will probably get this. Alright guys, so I got this Pipeline USA shirt, right? Kinda all over print, but not necessarily all over enough for me to compare it to this. I'll show you this listing in a second. See, backside, same thing on both sides, made in the USA. This shirt right here though is a Pipeline skateboarding shirt from the 90s, all over print. This one is in pretty good looking condition, honestly. I don't see that there's like some staining right there, but they sold this one for a best offer of $220, so it's not $220, whatever the best offer was. I feel like maybe I'll take the risk on this Pipeline. Never heard of this. It's not like Urban Pipeline. There is like some flawing on it, so definitely not going to be able to get 220 bucks for it, but still pretty cool looking shirt, you know, all in all, flaws and all. So I'll go ahead and get it, guys. Maybe this will be the find of the day. All right guys, so I'm back home from my St. Louis sourcing trip. The trip takes a whole day. I hit 2 sessions at the bins, 3 hours apiece, to try to buy everything that I can for the week. These are all the receipts that I spent for today, from meals and from actual Goodwill receipts and just snacks. So I'll take these and I'll sit him right here. Monday nights I do my bookkeeping, which is what I'm getting ready to do now. We sold something. Let me see what it was. Okay, so we got an offer for a hat. This guy just gave me this hat at the bins. Arnold Palmer hat. $14, I'll take it. So what I'll do is, I was asked a question about taxes earlier. I am no tax professional by far, guys. Okay, so don't take what I do as the gospel, because it's definitely not. This is just what I do. I have an accountant, 1-800-Accountants. I use a spreadsheet. The link is in the description, from Cheryl Miller at Simplified Accountants. She is the resident accountant specialist, I guess you could call her, from our Reseller Nirvana group. She is a certified accountant. She is also a reseller, so who better to know reseller accounting knowledge than one that does that? So she sells a spreadsheet. It's $50. Like I said, there is a link in the description, and it's what I use to track all my data. It's Excel, and I think maybe a Google Doc as well. I use the Excel version. So pretty much I'll show you guys this. This is the spreadsheet, guys. It's very easy to use. So for the year, I've spent a total of $11,138 on 6,865 items. So every Monday after I get back from the bins, I'll take my newest receipts and I'll input all the data into this spreadsheet that tracks my meals, it tracks my mileage, it tracks my cost of goods, and any other expenses that I've spent throughout the week. Usually all my inventory comes from the Goodwill Bins. All my supplies usually come from Amazon. Today's the 7th, November 7th. I will do accounting from the 30th of last week or of last week until the 6th of this week. So essentially Sunday to Monday. I do tracking this way because that's the way the accounting spreadsheet calls for it. So it's very simple to use, guys. You just go to your performance tab and your cells and you plug in all the information that it's asking you. So I had a total of $3,200 in sales for this past week, and my net is almost $1,500 of that. Now that's not profit because I do have fees that come off the top of that, like my cost of goods. I tithe 10% to my church every week, so that comes out of that as well. And then, meals and whatever else comes out of it. So usually around the end of the week, after I also put aside money for accounting fees and all that, I'll probably keep about $1,000 of that. So not too bad, guys. I don't spend a whole lot of money on inventory, probably about $300 max per week, that's being extremely high priced. Like I literally usually only spend about $200 at the bins, give or take maybe $50. So I'm going to input all this information into the spreadsheet. Literally what I'll do is I'll put the amount of items I've listed, which was 231 for the week. I'll put the amount of items I sold, which is 147 for the week. 147. eBay sales, the amount was 32.45.48. So we got 32.45.48. I'll verify that so that way my numbers are right. 32.45.48. And then the net sales is 14.92.62. 14.92.62. And then outside shipping, I believe I did not have any pirate ship shipping. That's what I'm supposed to be documenting here. If I used any outside shipping to ship any items to someone that I did privately, or maybe even a return label that I did outside of eBay. So I'll mark that as 0, no fees, or no outside, no outside sales. So it says right here, for the 147 items that I sold, it cost me $407 in cost of goods. So returns is a thing. I plug in the amount of returns that I had. And so for this week's returns, it's an unusually high amount of 7 returns. Usually it's not that high. Buyers don't always return the items at the time that they open the return. So I think they have like something ridiculous, like 2 weeks to send items back. Sometimes it just happens that they wait long enough to send items back to where I get a lot of items at one time. That doesn't necessarily mean that I had 7 returns opened in one day. That just means that that's when they arrived. However, that doesn't mean that I can't not refund the item, you know what I mean? So it just is what it is. Make sure you guys have some money saved up in your eBay account where all your fees are drawn from to cover returns. I use my pending payouts. So any returns, shipping labels, all that jazz comes out of the money that I'm waiting on eBay to pay me. Why let them pay me just to take the money back from me, whereas they can just take it from me before they ever pay me? That way what I get is mine. I will do my returns, and then they want to know how many total listings I have. So what I do is I just go to my calculator, right? And I had 3,744 items listed as of last week when I did my accounting. So I'll add the 231 items that I listed every week, and then I will subtract the 147 items that I sold this past week, which leaves me 3,828 total listings as of yesterday, and that gives me the sell-through of my store. So I have a 4% sell-through for the week, which is about usually what it's at. This week it was at 5%. That week it was at 5%, those two. So 4% of my store is getting sold every week, which is pretty good, you know. It probably could be a lot better, but it also could be a lot worse. So for tracking my mileage, I use this app called Mile IQ, and it literally just tracks all the drives that I do, no matter where it is that I go. I know, scary, right? And then so like, let me just scroll down here. These are the oldest drives, and I just do this once per week. So what I'll do is I will take the 1.5 miles that I traveled for a potential write-off of 94 cents. And if it's a business expense or like a business drive, I'll swipe right. If it's personal, I'll swipe left. And then this will send a report to my email, or to my accountant or whatever, but I also have to put the total drives in. So what I'll do is total all the drives up for the day and then input that into the spreadsheet and put where I went. So for instance, Tuesday is the day that I'm going to add up. So for Tuesday, it gives me a total of 40 miles driven. I drove to my storage unit, to the post office, I drove to Lowe's, and I drove back and forth to the storage unit a couple of times. So I'll write off those 40 miles as a business expense and continue tracking the rest of the data for the rest of the week. For the total so far for the year, this is after returns and everything, I'm at $480,000 for the year, gross total. My expenses so far for the year is $19,782. Mileage so far, guys, I'm writing off $9,224, and my net, this is my net from eBay after fees and everything, minus the 10% I give to the church, is $83,474. But some people have said that I don't show the authentic numbers. This is about as authentic as it gets, minus 10% for church. So let me just go ahead and do that. Okay, so after I set aside 10% for church and 25% aside for my taxes, that leaves me with a net profit of $56,000 that goes into my bank account at the end of the year. So that's not too shabby for my first full-time year, and the year's not over with yet. So I'm assuming that maybe I'll probably gross around $6,000 to $65,000 for the year, which is pretty great for my first year of being a full-time reseller. So hopefully these numbers give you guys some type of understanding about the amount of money that one can make as a full-time reseller. So these two receipts are my totals from the Goodwill trip today. I spent $87.45 on my second trip. I spent $114.48 on my first trip, which brings the total buy cost of $201.93 for 174 items. I did not hit the mark on getting 231 items for the week like I wanted to, but that brings the buy cost to those 174 items down to $1.16 per item. Now, as I said, I didn't get the 235 items that I wanted. So what this tote is right here is the last of a bulk buy. This is all stuff that's going to get donated. But I'll show you, this is all stuff that I got in a bulk buy. So what I'll do is, I'm not exactly sure how many items are in this tote, but I will take the remainder of the 231 items. So I guess it's about 50 items or so. I'm not great with math right off the top of my head, but the remainder of those items that I need for the rest of this week will come from here. And I'll go ahead and I'll lay those items out right now for tomorrow, so that way I can try and knock some of these wrinkles out of knock some of the wrinkles out of those items by laying them out here. So as I'm laying these items out, I get to this Cherokee shirt with this tag that says wrinkle resist. I don't know about you guys, but this shirt looks pretty freaking wrinkled to me. Like, where is the resistance at? Okay, so here's 25 items from this tote right here. The rest of these happen to be stained to some degree or something wrong with them to where I wasn't able to utilize the rest of them. This is the last of my bulk buyout, like I said. So these two totes are gonna go ahead and get donated or just probably trashed somewhere, because literally that's why I'm not listing them, is because there's flaws with all of them. So I gotta figure out what the best method of disposal is. That's one of the bad things about doing a bulk buy is a lot of it's going to be trash. A lot of it's not a lot, but there's going to be a fair portion of any bulk buyout that you do that is not worth buying or listing. Unless you get to go through and cherry pick each item, sometimes you're going to come out with some stuff that you just can't use, and that's what happened with this. So 25 items right here. 25 items right here, ready to go tomorrow. I do have to get a couple more items. Obviously, since I list 50 a day, I do got to get a few more items prepared and ready for tomorrow. But those items are currently waiting for me to be picked up tomorrow morning at my mom's house. She did 25 items yesterday from another little mini bulk buy that I did from a guy. Got 25 items there as well. One of the questions that I was asked is how I handle returns. So these items are returns that I got in the mail. This one the lady didn't like, this one they didn't fit, and then this one they didn't fit either. So let me just show you guys what I'll do. So the reason why I don't automatically relist my items after because when you do a return, it'll relist the item for free. The reason why I don't do that is because number one, I want to look over the item, make sure it's clean and ready to go. If it's not a new item, if it's pre-owned, I'll usually wash it again. That's if it comes back smelling like cigarette smoke or it's got animal hair or something on it. If it comes back in like pretty much the same condition that I sent it in to where it doesn't need to be washed again, I will relist it. However, I don't really like to do that because people try those items on and you don't know what those types of people, you don't know what someone that's tried an item on, what their lifestyle is like, if that makes sense, without being disrespectful to anyone. Some people may not have hygiene like the next buyer would prefer them to have. So I usually try to wash the items. With that being said, I don't want to list an item or relist an item and then it sells while it's being washed. So when I get the item back, what I'll do is I'll bring up the old listing of the original listing when it's sold. I'll sell a similar item. I'll change the SKU. So this one is going to be, where are my SKU tags? This one is going to be 7318. So I'll put that in there. 7318. Bada bing, bada boom. And everything stays the same, and I'll list it. Boom. Then I bag it and I tag it with the SKU number that I just put in there. Now this item's ready to be resold. I don't have any of my boxes here that I'm putting inventory in, so I've just got these in line to go into another box. And then I'll do that with the next item. Are returns a pain in the butt? Absolutely. Are returns part of doing business? Most definitely. What's up, guys? It's the next day now. I'm back here with my weird green juice. Got different vitamins because the doctor said I have low B12. And I've been doing something new, guys. I've been taking this protein powder, mixing up like a little bit of milk in there, and then putting it in my coffee and having protein coffee in the morning. And it really gets my day off to a really good start. And I get some protein in. So today I got to go drop off a bunch of laundry. You guys know that yesterday I went to the bins. I got like 22 orders I got to pack. So, and I got to go live still on top of getting all my listings done. So it's going to be a pretty busy day for me. Catch you guys in a little bit. First cup of coffee down. Bible read. Now I'm listening to the morning call with Daily Refinement in the Reseller Nirvana group. Check him out. So now I'm getting ready to finish this call. This is an hour-long call every morning, the mastermind call. I get a lot out of it. It helps me get my day started off on a positive note and thinking about my business in the way that I need to be. I'm gonna load these 2 totes of stuff that I gotta donate or whatever, throw away, donate, and this stuff to go into my storage. These are what I'm listing today. This, and then I have to drop off the laundry that's in the car. Matter of fact, I can't even do that yet because I can't load the car up yet because my car is full of stuff. So I need to go drop all that stuff off first. Got another full back seat and another full trunk. So getting ready to go drop the stuff off and get it washed up. I just left my girlfriend's house getting her packages to send out for her as well. Go babe, good job. Got a couple sales going out. All right guys, here are my piles of clothing to be washed, and here is my pile of soakable vintage white t-shirts. Like I said yesterday guys, I think this one has the potential to be the item to pay for everything. It's just a really cool graphic. It's close to being an all over print. I think it'll be fairly desirable for a vintage item. So we're here at the storage now. One of the objectives, I've consolidated this whole shelf, is to start consolidating this shelf. I'm not going to spend the whole day here. I'm just going to spend probably about 15-20 minutes consolidating this shelf right here, long enough to get me 3 of these boxes so that I can bag today's items and put them in a box to then put on the shelf. I'm getting ready to pull orders first. That's what I'm going to do now, and then I'll pull the boxes after I pull more items out of them, because it doesn't make sense to pull the orders after consolidating the boxes, because then I'll have more space available. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull all my orders, then pack them and ship them, or pack them and then consolidate before I go to ship them. And then this is a Nike shirt. What's cool about this is the buyer sent me a $10 offer. I had it listed for $16. Of course, I'll take that. That meets my metrics. It's okay. But the message that he sent me, there was a buyer's note, and it says, "Thank you very much for accepting my offer. Times are tight for everybody, but as I'm 63 and I've got multiple sclerosis, and it makes it difficult, especially difficult, to buy anything for myself, but I'm a big basketball fan and I really like the colors of the shirt. God bless you." That's pretty cool, man. You know, a lot of people talk trash about resellers and, you know, how we're like taking advantage of people, or how we're stealing from the poor and all these negative things. But it's things like that that let me feel, you know, that help me to feel like what I'm doing matters to somebody out there. You know, besides the fact that, you know, we are providing a service, there's people's lives that are actually changed by being able to find things for a good affordable cost that is what they've been looking for, you know. So don't let all the hate get you guys, you know. It's a lot easier to get wrapped up in the negativity, but focus on the positive, man, because what we do does matter to someone. So I have a buyer that ordered a set of scrubs. She has not paid yet. She wants them delivered by Saturday, which today's Tuesday. So if she pays now, she can get them delivered on time. But as I said, she's put them in her cart and hasn't paid yet. So what I'm getting ready to do now is I'm getting ready to send the buyer an invoice for a discount on the shipping, because it's not going to cost $12 to ship 2 scrub items. I'll bring the shipping cost down $4 for her, and leave her a message and tell her that if she decides to pay now, that she'll be able to get the item shipped today. Okay, send invoice. So we'll see if she pays. If she does, then they'll go out with today's orders. If not, she's probably not going to get them by Saturday, because it is a first class item. I live in Missouri. She lives in New York. It's a good chance it might make it there by Saturday, but I'd like to remain cautious rather, and get it out today. All right, so we got all the orders packed up and ready to go, and I am consolidating the storage now. But one of the questions that I get asked all the time is where I get these boxes from. So I used to get them from Uline, but let me tell you why I switched. From Uline, they cost like, I want to say $79 before shipping, and it costs like $40 to ship them, like $30 and some change, like real close to 40. So I was paying over $100 to get 25 boxes shipped to me, right? I have Amazon Prime, so shipping is free. These same size boxes on Amazon cost $69 shipped. So why keep paying $100 something for boxes on Uline? The only benefit that Uline has over Amazon is they ship pretty much immediately, so you get the items a lot sooner versus Amazon. I don't know what their metric is on how they determine when to ship stuff, but I noticed that when I bought the boxes on Uline, I'd get them in 2 days. When I buy them on Amazon, it takes like 4 or 5 days. But you just weigh it on the scale. Is it worth it to wait a couple of days, just order earlier and save a boatload of money, or do you order them when you need them and get them immediately? But yeah, like I said, there's a link in the description if you guys want them for easy access. You don't have to use that link. You can literally just go to Amazon, type 30 by 10 by 10 box, and they'll pop up. All right, guys, so I got 1 row of storage available. That's probably about 2 days worth of listings. So as I've said before, I have about 3870, I think, is what my active listings are in this storage unit. I do have 1 box over there, and then the shoes as well, so those take up space too. But I do feel like I'll be able to maximize this whole storage unit out with 4,000 active listings. So tomorrow the goal will be to consolidate this shelf and then pull out the remaining boxes and do the same thing for this shelf the following day. So I'm gonna load these boxes into my car and grab these packages and head to the storage, or head to the UPS, the post office. First of all, 2 things. Check out this Burger King sign. Like, how random is that? All right. Second thing, I told y'all I lived in the country, and I told y'all there was cows over here. Looked like a fool because the cows wasn't out that day. But bam! What do we have here? My. Looks like some bovine to me. What up, cow dog? How you doing, bro? Yeah, man. They're just chilling, getting their grub on. So I just want to show you guys how this package came in the mail. It's literally busting open. The item that I sold is coming out of the package. This is a return. This is not how I shipped it. I don't use padded flat write envelopes like pretty much ever, but at least it made it back. Definitely gonna have to wash it and make sure there's not any additional stains before I do the refund. So this is the hoodie. The buyer returned it because he said it's a large and it fits like a woman's hoodie. However, it's an extra large. It clearly says X large. It does measure kind of small, 19 inches, so that's what, 38? That's a men's medium. So the guy possibly was right about it being a women's garment. Since the garment is, you know, smaller than what an extra large would be in a men's, I'm gonna relist this in the women's category after I wash it. And luckily, you know, the guy didn't file an INAD because that could have hurt my account. But these are just the things, you know, you got to learn as you go along. I'm no clothing expert. I'm not a clothing expert by far. You know, I know it may seem like I know a lot because I sell a lot of clothes, but at the same time, I'm learning as I go along. This is only my first year selling clothing full time, guys. So learn from my mistakes. Hopefully this helps someone prevent a return themselves, and you know, share the wealth of knowledge as you guys learn, because I want you guys to learn from my mistakes, so that way you don't make the same things. You don't make the same mistakes that I have. So anyway, got that taken care of. I will wash that. I'll refund the buyer first, and after I wash it, I'll get it relisted. But I'm getting ready to list these items right here. I got what, 40 something clothing items. I got 6 pairs of shoes and a hat that I gotta list. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Gotta get this stuff listed before I go live tonight. Catch you guys on the next one. Until then, let's make this cash, guys. Peace.